Hello everyone, Ian here at Cine Gear 2017. We've come inside to the ARRI booth. I'm here with Philip and we are looking at a brand new product, the LMB-4x5. And Philip, where did this idea come from for the LMB, kind of as far as ARRI's idea of where it falls in the line of existing accessories?
When I started in product management, I think 8 years ago, we had so many different types of matte boxes, and it was always the idea there were way too many. So we had to kind of, we wanted to replace kind of all the new matte box, all the existing matte boxes against 5 new ones. That was the idea at like 8 years ago. It took a while. We had these 2 clip-on matte boxes, LMB25, LMB6, and the SMB1 and the SMB2 as this studio matte boxes. But there was something missing in between, which is kind of modular, which is like a little bit like an MMB1 and an MB19 and in between and pretty lightweight. That was the idea, and that was also the request from the markets when I talked to people on set and in rental houses.
So now we have the 4x5. Is it a standalone or can it be migrated into other systems?
So the idea is, like the principal idea of this matte box is I think it's kind of the most modular matte box on the market. It starts kind of where the LMB, it shares a lot with the LMB25. It's really on the LMB25 platform. And the reason was why we did that is the rentals are filled with all these accessories. So we kind of outphase, or we have a successor for our most successful matte box ever, which is a little bit weird. But I think this matte box really is the one which has added features. But we wanted that the existing accessories for the LMB25 are compatible, that rental houses think, okay, I don't have to buy everything new, but it's on the same platform, which is nice.
All right, so you want to show us a little bit of the features of the new system?
All right, so you see it pretty much looks like an LMB25, and it shares a lot with the LMB25, as I just said. The only 2 new parts are a bigger plate here in the back and 2 new filter guides. Beside that, filter trays, sunshade, tray catcher, all clamp adapters are the same. It comes as a 2-stage non-rotating, and then you have 2 options. You can either attach a non-rotating stage, which just my colleague has stolen from me. So this is a non-rotating stage, and you can just add here on the back, and then you are on 3-stage. Or you can attach a rotating stage, like this. So now it's the first time that you have the possibility to use on an LMB a rotating filter stage, and this is 360 rotating. So these are the 2 options with the filter stages. So 3-stage is maximum, and you can choose between a non-rotating, additional, or a rotating stage. Next thing is, I said like all clamp adapters are compatible. So there's one clamp adapter which is a little bit weird in diameters, which is 143, but it has something like an interface here. And for this interface, we made a console, a 15mm lightweight console. So this is already integrated or mounted on here. And we not only have the possibility to mount it at the bottom, we also have the possibility to mount it on the top. Because we have so many optical centered rod mounts from the top. And instead of turning your matte box around, it's much better to use this console and just attach it on the top, and then you can use it as it normally has to be used. So now, why 143 in the back? 143 because 143 is the standard of our R2 rings, the existing ones, which are also well known and available in the rental houses from MB18, MB19, MB20. And now you have a very, very compact production matte box on 15 lightweight. Here you have the interfaces for either 19 Studio or 15 Studio underneath, and everything can be mounted without using any tools. So you can just do it by hand, and you still have something, an opening for a tool if you think it has to be a little bit more solid, if you don't believe in the force of your fingers. One option. Second option is, here we're reusing a part from our friends from Bright Tangerine. So this is called a tilt and flex adapter. It's our own interface here in the back. We have an attachment again, bottom and top for the consoles. So here you have the big advantage that you don't have to care about the lens diameter you're using. In between 65 and 143, everything is missing. If you're using vintage lenses, still lenses, it offers you the possibility, if they have moving elements, that this will be covered. And it will be also very handy for something I'll show you in a second. This is a swing-away module. So you can attach the swing-away module on your matte box again without using any tools. Again, it has an opening in the back for a tool, for a 3mm Allen key. So if you think it has to be more solid, if you are on a car shot, on a crane, whatever, then you can do that. But you see it, I only do it by hand, and it's pretty solid. So swing away is in here. You have an extension built in, and what you have as well is a tilting module. So you can tilt down and you can tilt up to 10 degrees. So this is all covered. And for this purpose, this is also very, very useful for the tilting option. Again, you have the interface for 15 or 19 Studio built in here. You have an adjustment in height. You have an adjustment horizontally. And now in terms for the flags, it's kind of the same shape like the LMB-25, but we wanted to add features, so now you can extend these to the sides. You have a clamping mechanism built in here, which is much more compact than before because it was sticking out with the LMB-25 top flag and it was wider than the actual matte box. Beside that, the whole way how you attach the flag is the same. And side flags are also now also available for this matte box. And in terms of the design of the side flags, it was very important for us that you don't have to take anything off from your matte box if you want to put it in your bag. So you see it's completely flat. So you don't need to take anything off and you can just put it in your bag like this. But, yeah?
Overall weight of this?
Good question. Make your guess. It's
Maybe
I'm so used to kind of ignoring all the pieces.
pound and a half, maybe?
I have no idea. To be honest, I always give it people in their hands, and they say like, "Oh wow, this is pretty lightweight," even if it's kind of full blown out setup. Yes, but it's one more thing because it starts way before. It started where LMB-25 is, but now you have these two single filter stage elements, and what you can do now, you can just use this single filter stage element, attach any clamp adapter on the back, and you have the smallest and most lightweight single filter stage setup you need. And wide angle, and you can use it on gimbals, you can use it on Steadicam, and what you can do as well is with our sunshade, which you can take off by using Allen key 3 tool, and it has captive screws. You can just attach it on the front to the single filter stage, and then you have a sunshade as well.
Wow, that is a lot of information in a short amount of time. Yes. Thank you very much, Bill. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.